study Torah, what powers of your soul are you using to study Torah? He's using the powers of thought. You have to think what you're studying. If you don't think what you're studying, then you're not studying. Because if you study Torah, it means I understand what I'm studying, and I comprehend, and I delve into the subject. So he uses the power of thought and speech, his neshama and his divine soul, with its two inner garments, become connected to Hashem through the speech and thought. So when someone learns Torah, he studies Torah, what is he using? He's using his divine soul, and he's using the power of thought and speech to study the Torah. So which garments of his soul is connected to God? The two inner garments, which is the power of thought and speech. Okay, thought?
Thought is obviously an internal garment, as it is connected to the soul itself. This is why thought functions ceaselessly. It is closely bound to the soul, and the soul's presence is constant. Speech, too, is internal, when compared with action, which acts upon objects outside the soul.
So when you learn Torah, what happens? Your thought and your speech, your thought and speech, your faculty of thought and your faculty of speech are absorbed within the light of Hashem, the Ein Sof, blessed be He, and are merged within it in a perfect unity. Because when you're learning Torah, your mind is totally connected to those words of Torah, which is Hashem. So when I learn Torah, my mind is totally absorbed with Hashem, Vihi, and that's called Hashras Hashchina. This now understands what it says in Pirkei Avos, that even if one person is sitting and applies himself diligently to Torah study, the Shekhinah is with him, meaning, in this case, that the Shekhinah rests upon him, his divine soul, and upon its faculties of thought and speech, which are engaged in the mental and oral study of the Torah. However, in order to draw the light and radiation of the Shekhinah upon his body, and animal soul as well, upon the vitalizing soul, actually clothed in the body and providing for it a corporal life force, in order that if you want your body to get absorbed in Hashem, you want your physical movement to get absorbed, you have to do actual mitzvahs. Learning Torah, your mind gets absorbed in Hashem, your speech. But if you want that power of action and your physical body, that's only if you do a mitzvah. Sha'oz, when you do a mitzvah, koyach hakuf mamish, in this way, the actual power of the body engaged in this act when one dons tefillin. You put on tefillin. It is the physical strength in the arm that impels the motions that constitute the fulfillment of the mitzvah, and therefore his bodily power is absorbed in divine light and will emerges with it in perfect unity. This power of the body constitutes the third garment of the divine soul, as mentioned in chapter 4. The divine soul expresses itself in the faculty of action through performance of mitzvahs. And then when the faculty of action is absorbed within the divine will, then in addition, the power of the vitalizing soul actually clothes within the body the power of the soul derived from Klippus Nogan is transformed from evil to good and is actually absorbed into holiness exactly like the divine soul. For it is this power of the animal soul that implements and performs the act of that constitutes the mitzvah.
True, the divine soul is the force motivating one's observance of a mitzvah, yet the divine soul cannot directly activate the body to perform a physical action. To don the tefillin, for example, it can accomplish this only through the agency of the animal soul, which serves as a medium between the divine soul and the body. In the Alter Rebbe's words, so how does a tzaddik utilizing...
No, by a tzaddik, his godly soul is his vitalizing soul. He made his vitalizing soul... his vitalizing soul became godly also. Like us, we have the godly soul and the vitalizing soul. The vitalizing soul is animalistic.
But can it be stimulated to do a direct action?
Of course, because his animal soul became godly. So now his animal is a total godly energy. So it's vitalizing his body through the godly inspiration and the godly motive.
He's done away with all the Yetzer Hara.
With the
negativity,
negative of the animal soul, but he not done away with the animal.
The animal soul now is in perfect unity with the
godly soul.
With the
godly
soul, and therefore it enables him to perform.
It's the best. It's the best you could have. Without the power of the animal soul, the divine soul would not affect the body at all, since it is spiritual, the body physical and corporal, so that body and divine soul are antithetical, as are the spiritual material dimensions generally. So that's what he says. V'amutza, what connects the godly soul with the animal soul? That connects the godly soul with the body, the intermediator between them, the godly soul and the body, is the vitalizing animal soul, clothed in the man's blood, which in his heart and throughout his body.
For the nature of the animal soul is such that the coarsest, most material-like level of its spiritual substance is capable of clothing itself within the blood. Since the animal soul is the divine soul's medium of affecting the body, its active power is also absorbed in the holiness when one performs a mitzvah.
Beautiful. We're holding now.
That's different.
That's the mile of a mitzvah. You see, when you do a mitzvah, you get your vitalizing soul transformed to godliness. When you learn Torah, it's only your thought and speech, but not the action. So that's why learning Torah is great, but it has its limit. Page 500 in Parshas Vayakhel Pekudei. Today we're going to learn about how the actual 500. Yeah.
Good number.
That's a great number. 500 is the size of the world. 500 years to walk from Earth
The
to
distance between one level
Remember
to the
that?
next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.